I was targeted. For some reason, somebody wanted my car.
Tonight, answers for an Albuquerque man who accuses the city of not playing fair.
That man is one of thousands of people who had his vehicle seized during the city's now defunct DWI vehicle forfeiture program. Now, while most people saw their cars go up for auction, his car mysteriously disappeared for 9 years.
That is until foreign investigator Chris Ramirez started asking some questions. Cars are stolen all too often in our city.
Only to have it stolen again.
For a while, the city led the nation in auto theft. And as auto thieves targeted cars, some believe APD officers did too. People had their vehicles taken. The city of Albuquerque seized these vehicles after traffic or DWI stops. In 2009, Leo Martinez left a West Side Albuquerque bar.
I was targeted. For some reason, somebody wanted my car.
Almost immediately, APD officers pulled him over.
I said, what did I do? And he didn't tell me anything. He started giving me the test and everything. I smelled like beer because I had 2 of them.
Leo never disputed he had 2 beers. In fact, he pled guilty to the DWI charge and agreed to 9 months in jail.
The record comes by, I go to jail, and the car goes away.
But what he didn't think was fair was that APD took his car and kept it. And it wasn't just any car. It was a car he spent 5 years building, a 1970 SS Chevy Chevelle 454.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Leo took pride in that car. He won these awards and car shows around town.
Sponsor a hospice car show every year.
But 2 beers at a bar sealed his fate. The car was gone, and for the next 9 years, Leo searched for his muscle car.
I went to different car shows. I thought maybe somebody bought it and was taking it to car shows or whatever, like I used to do it. It was never seen by anybody anymore, any of my friends. Nobody saw it anymore.
Until last month, his car showed up on Facebook. Somebody posted this caption, "Cool car at work, 70 Chevelle. Car seized in DWI several years ago. Was nearly crushed due to seizure protocol, but some car guy cops got together and saved it. Now we are converting it to a period correct APD show car." It turns out the city had the car the entire time. And another thing happened. Leo learned he wasn't alone. It's highly controversial, even illegal in New Mexico.
And my neighbor called me and says, "Leo, go inside, turn on the channel 4. You need to look at this, what's going on TV."
Leo watched this 4 Investigates report that aired in March. We reported that civil rights attorney Shannon Kennedy filed a class action lawsuit against the city, claiming that for decades, the city racked in millions of dollars for itself by seizing cars, then selling them, or charging their owners thousands of dollars to be returned.
The motivation was to raise money in order to fund a program that was inherently unconstitutional.
The city's vehicle forfeiture program is no longer in existence. State legislature outlawed the practice in 2015, and New Mexico courts found the practice unconstitutional. Matthew Kiskaden was in a similar boat as Leo. Even though all charges against him were dropped, the city still forced him to pay $3,000 to get his car back.
Very detrimental. I worked out in Rio Rancho at the time. It was the stress that one has to go through and the anxiety that one has to go through. It's almost a total life change.
And in some cases, when the city did return vehicles, they were nearly worthless. For example, the city left this convertible out on an impound lot for 19 months with the top down. When its rightful owner got the car back, weather had ruined the interior. For Leo, he never stopped trying. He sued to get his Chevelle back.
I would feel like I had my brand new baby back home.
We sent emails and made phone calls to the city to try to locate the Chevelle. And for nearly a week, we hit dead ends. So the photojournalist I work with, Carlos, and I had this working hunch that perhaps APD stored Leo's car at the Pino Yards. That's a city storage lot. And lo and behold, after walking through some back alleys, after hanging out near this barbed wire fence, look what we find. The first break in this case, that is Leo's car. Later that day, the city agreed to let our cameras into the lot. After 9 years of wondering where Leo's car was, it was hard to believe we were staring right at it. And then one more thing happened. Late Friday afternoon, the city of Albuquerque called me to say that they were not going to turn that 70 Chevelle into an APD show car after all. Instead, they want to return that car back to Leo Martinez. And there are others who will also be receiving their vehicles back as well. Turns out that after decades of wrongs, the city of Albuquerque now wants to make some rights. Chris Ramirez, 4 Investigates.